I'ma take it to the coffin, just being honest.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call hit boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Let's reflect times, I try to collect minds from complex rhymes. And by the way, shout out Tech 9. Go and shut the up, just let me talk. I'm a time bomb that's waiting to go off. Quite nuclear, amazing what fame could do to you. Too peculiar, a wrong Julia, Renaissance starter. My mind divine, it take me a lot farther. Growing up, I really had beef with my father, but why bother explaining my feelings? Try harder, but either way they gon' paint you the villain. 8 months with no phone, dog, we aiming for brilliance. High level, maintaining the building, we making a killing. Alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. A wise man told me that silence never betrayed him. Keep your mouth shut, cause gon' ultimatum. Stupid situations, the tongue often creates them. The motor mouth is usually causing mayhem.
Lil' tune, flow sinister, I'ma finish him. Many men gon' need ministers, I'm aiming them. Enemies, I'm the enema, I'ma on them. Just like my keys, drop my on the dinner work. My thoughts I keep confidential, it's consequential. Philosophies unidentical, I'm not into ya. My Siamese brother Benjamin, that's how I stick to him. These diamond B's, all BBs, I call them Vivica. Skating underneath the bridge, stay hustling as it is. Make money, feed the kids, ain't nothing in the fridge. Wake up, repeat the sins, I need a 10, stay muddy to the lid, 800, eat a D.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they can't get rid of you. I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call hit boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gon' give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. Never lied in my rhymes, you can go ask Jennifer, that's my mom's name. I create and find change, my mind frame ensures that forever I'll reign.
It's more than a game, don't play with my name. Come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey coach, put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, it's the way I'm feeling. I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a kill, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey coach, put me in the game.
So you're not saying I understand. Come on.
talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All that talking just sound like a show, I'm just laying. You know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
So they don't have time to set up and target me. While taking out the first, I keep trying to so I know exactly where the snaps. I keep the momentum of
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. I hope y'all can best double me, 'cause I need your eyes on me. Once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Can I make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy, before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hooli, keep it coolie, before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully in the world, you can see my finger real dirt. I'm the last in the league, you can find my work. I ain't going to bed, but I'm sure when it works, I'ma do it till I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no, I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in. Hungry like a bastard, I'm about that action, no slacking. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Cause here come the bang, no one to call up for help. No one to blame but yourself. You should've known better, how about that you did it, so we had to come ring your bell. Like I need a award, win it till I score, make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog, all four, put it work like a chore, till I run the leads up floor, in the trenches like a war, and they wanna give them more when I touch down. Touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Fourth down, 4 yards, put it all on the line. I am not worried cause it is our time. I hear the crowd in the background, man, they just wanna see me shine. For the hell of it, it's irrelevant. You lacking the intelligence to make it make sense. We gon' manifest whatever we can get. That's a little money and a trophy and nothing they call respect. We don't care who the best, we don't worry who the next. We gon' put the boys to rest like I tell them be the bed. I'm ahead of the rest like I came without a net. They gon' say it.
right here. Look at what fucking money he has.
From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Mexico City Diablos. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
Why would I ever have to cop a chain a game when the QB chain birth most of chains in the game? No post office, we stand the time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrive. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know her way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record-breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused boy, little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weeds. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how can you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. What I'm saying, top 3, I'm not number 1, how can you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black. What I'm saying, people saying what's already been said. Predictions, I don't listen, it's already in my head, no funny. Your most hungry place, I was past that in 28. Underground tapes, as my ass cap.
From From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Mexico City Diablos. The holiday season is to the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Taking it about the 1. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First play from scrimmage, Watson going to throw it. They'll roll him out right. And incomplete to open things up. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
After the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. They run with Ford. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And this will be taken at the 13. 51 yards on the punt there.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
These two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
Always got some breathing room. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
78 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
So all the way down close to the goal line. Good blocking up front. Helped to spring it.
When this drive is over, he's got to get to the bench and sing Kumbaya with the offensive line, doesn't he? Big-time openings for him. Gets him all the way down to the 2-yard line.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Hayden Hurst, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Diablos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
And now with the play clock getting down, Kevin Stefanski going to take a timeout.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Watson. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Room here to run. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. This will be caught at about the 5.
And the Browns are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
They'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Here's Burrow. Flush to his right.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete.
Touchdown!
Jamar Chase.
78 yards.
And the Diablos have moved out in front.
Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Browns drive about to get started.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Watson. He finds his man, and I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
72 yards rushing now for Chubb, and a first down as well.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, Watson.
This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
Well, it would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On 2nd and 10, Watson over the middle, complete. It's Ford. And another juke. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now it's Watson. The ball comes out. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Here we go. Ready? Rise up.
Back to Mixon on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
11, 11.
Burrow will throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Burrow going for it on 4th. He'll buy some time right.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And that was just a good job there of being mobile and creating something.
Being able to extend a play and get people open or buy yourself more time to run with the football, that's a really nice job there.
11, 11.
Play action. It's Burrow.
This goes out wide for Mixon.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now it's Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
Touchdown!
Jamar Chase
with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year.
And the Diablos go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Browns drive about to get started. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 92 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Faking the give. Now Watson steps away. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Watson off play action. Buying time to his left. And that is taken in by Njoku. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And again, it's Chubb. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Now Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll try and run for it. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. They'll try and run for it with Ford. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Out of the gun, Watson rolling to his right. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. This will wind up a loss on the play, and this brings up a 3rd and goal. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half.
York able to send this one through. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow looking to pass. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. First target, first catch at a first down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one a 14-yard play, and it keeps this drive moving. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just the series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 38, Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 32 on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Now it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jamar Chase.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Diablos take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. McPherson on for the point after.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Browns drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Watson's throw going to be caught by Davis.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Back to throw, Watson. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
On 2nd down and 4. Burrow flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end, finding room at midfield. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage.
2nd and 12 now at the 44-yard line.
To throw is Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
Skirts by him at the 35.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
3rd and 2, Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Davis. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This is Ford, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Jerome Ford. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little... And intercepted! Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They're passing here. Joe Burrow being chased out left. He finds his running back, Mixon. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow, eluding the pressure right. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's 2nd and 9. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now Burrow. They'll roll him out right. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Flush to his right. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. A draw play for Mixon, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On the ground with a tight end. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
2 a.m., motherfucker.
Yeah.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
I'm so surprised. Just because I'm not.
They hand off to their big tight end. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away.
That's fucking
one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
I'm him. Okay, bitch. I'm him.
When you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done, because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Oh, what a juke into space.
Ain't no way.
Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Cleveland. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has
said
that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
McPherson's kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, is swapping that onus back and forth.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the home team here, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Dallas Cowboys next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. Thanks.
Let's fucking go. Corner mix in with a speed upgrade. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna use the bathroom. Do you want to play that my team shit?
You can.
Let's fucking go.